other Americans. Third, Congress did not say anywhere in the CARES Act that U.S. taxpayer money should be given to non-citizens. Not to DACA individuals, not to Chinese so-called students, not to Iranian so-called students, none of whom are eligible for taxpayer-subsidized student aid, precisely because such aid is limited to American citizens and green card holders.
We are situated about 8
If
miles
Congress wanted to give our money to all these other entities and miscreants, it would have said so, but it didn't, because it wouldn't have passed.
Alexa, stop.
These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and their inner-city rivals, the New York Jets. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Down. 15 line. 15 line. Watch his flag. Watch his flag. Jump. Pilot, 64, weak. Defense.
On 1st and 10, Olsen. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Not a productive opening drive, 3 and out, and more struggles for a team really that hasn't won a game in a long time.
It can be really discouraging for everyone else on the team, especially the guys on the other side of the ball that have to trot out there and see a little more futility in this losing streak. So I know coaches who look at these situations and say to themselves, let's be aggressive. Let's go for it right here and try and turn our fortune around.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
Who's that running the ball anyways? Just realized it's not Grant. Gotta remember, I do not have the right person. Oh, shit.
Bring it. 36. Check. Lucky. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Omaha, ready to move.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Back to throw. Stafford. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Stafford now to throw. He's got Herndon, his tight end. A very solid gain of 27. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it. You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Watch twins. He's crazy. He's checking crazy. 22. Watch the twins.
They'll try again with Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Check it back. Check it back.
Here's Bell. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in, announcing a firing. There's no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. Now Barkley stripped of the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Olsen. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. From the gun, Olsen. And this is caught by Watkins. And the ball is knocked out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, Wahoo!
2nd and 9 now. And this is caught by Watkins. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Olsen. Past the 20. There he goes left side. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Now Zerline on and the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. He can't get him down. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it. I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Olsen. And they're going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this 1st half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all, and you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Well, he's going to go for it all. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
Bang, bang. 6-6, pull it high. Snap.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Safarian Jenkins has it. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Set. 15 line. 15 line. I'm scared. Hit it.
To throw on 2nd down. Olsen. Escaping the punt. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 22-yard line. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join John, coachman of the game in Orlando. Coach will have
Michelle, just put him in.
From the early games going on here.
I put my timer for 20 minutes.
On first down, Olsen. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
Are you going to call that Pat?
We do have a flag
Unfucking
down.
real.
Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throwing is Stafford. Herndon's got it complete. And he's out right at the 25. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
To throw again on second down. Stafford, Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Hey, box truck.
Stafford on first down. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Lady, 21. Hey. Check girls. Hey, 58's the mic. Go 58's the mic.
From the 50, Stafford. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
53, ready? Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Now Stafford, and he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. To try again after the sack. Stafford, this one caught by Crowder. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Stafford now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it first and 10.
Hey, Delta. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Alert! Hey, 58 is the money.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Alexa, stop.
Michael Gallup as the first half is winding down. And the Jets will extend their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Okay, Michelle.
Next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Sammy Watkins, the intended target. And it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1.
Still
So
pink.
we reach halftime here on New Year's Eve.
Alexa, set timer for 15 minutes.
For Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of week 17
It's
is
supposed to be
underway.
pink when you barbecue it.
And he'll take this up
It
past
looks
the 20
reddish
and
deep.
down at the 22-yard line.
Jesus Christ, dude. It's fucking unfucking believable, dude. I fucking told you to start that shit. You fucking want to wait till I get to do this shit.
The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Bell, and a hell of a run. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage just come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Well, with a first down carry there, as he'll get about 4 out of that. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 36, Stafford. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. They always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Again, it's Barkley. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Check 4, check 4. X3, 218, chopper. Check 43. Now.
Throwing on first down. Olsen. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
And he loses the football a second time, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
Big stop, let's go.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Watch the run.
Again, it's Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Lady! 58, right there. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. You go tight. You got big 20. You got tight right there.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. On 1st and 10, Olsen. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
132 fighting. Fight.
Off play action. Olsen. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
The outlaw. Check back. Check back.
On first down, Olsen. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Back to throw, Olsen. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
To throw again, Olsen. Completes this one to Meredith. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. From the gun, Olsen. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Sammy Watkins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On second down, it's Edwards. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to float this one deep. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey.
Now a draw play. This is Bell. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They run once more with Edwards. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Jets will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. Throwing on 1st down. Olsen.
Alexa, stop.
Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 33. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy, all these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. Here a throw taken in by Watkins. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He'll get 15 and a Giants 1st down.
Hey, Charlie.
On 1st and 10, Olsen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Gets it to Meredith complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Olsen gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
Hey, wahoo!
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Cameron Meredith. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jets, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it's been a sinking ship all season as they finally draw the curtain on what will be a 1-15 year. And you have to figure that this is a team that will look a whole lot different come training camp next July. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
But they only show it at night.
Where's the other meat? Dad, where's the other meat?
Shut up.
Stand back.
You know, look at that. Can't tell if it's real. Where's the hell?
Y'all get crab too? They didn't get like king crab?
Michelle, how many bags you ended up using? Let me ask you, are we going to need more bags?
I eat what I eat.
Did you just give him a bone? She said she liked the meat. You know who made the meat, right? Your daddy. Don't like it. Why? It tastes like that spice. Yeah, I don't like it. Curly. It smells like it, and it tastes like it. Not that I ever had it. The smell alone. Tastes like smoke. Here.
Tastes it good now?
So no chance people will be sorry. That was my water. They should have just thought that this was their system.
Did she get money refunded back? Yeah.
Well, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Sure. Napkin. Really good cheese. What's your rank? What? What's your rank? It doesn't matter. Just wanted curious because I finally got a hold. I finally got a hand. It took me a while, but after most kills I've had is 15. I was on fire. I was upgrading a bunch of guns already. I paid for them